Prasanna ma'am from NEET World. So yes, in our previous session we have dealt with what? Seed, right? So far from this chapter we are done with vegetative characteristics, floral characteristic and seed. Today we will be dealing with fruit and families, okay, fruit and families, morphological families. Yeah. So first, which part of the seed is which part of the female reproductive structure is turning to fruit? Ovule turns to seed, ovary wall turns to what? Fruit, okay. So mature or ripened ovary developed after fertilization, that is post fertilization, ovary turns to fruit. Parthenocarpic fruits or seedless fruits are also seen, okay. Seedless fruits where ovary grows into fruit without fertilization, those fruits are called as what, ma? Parthenocarpic fruits. So first I will tell you the basic classification of the fruits, and then I will tell you based on fruit wall, again they are classified into dry fruits and fresh fruits, okay. So if you see, the fruit wall is called as what? Pericarp, okay. If pericarp is indivisible into separate layers, it is indivisible, it is single layered, then those such fruits are called as what? Dry fruits. Those fruits which have divisible pericarp or fruit wall which is divisible into 3 layers, that is epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. So here if you see, first fruits are of 2 types beta, on which part is developing into fruit. We know ovary is turning into fruit, ovary wall turns to fruit, those fruits are called as true fruits. Here ovary wall or ovary, ripened ovary turns to fruit. Along with ovary, if any other floral parts are also involved in fruit formation, for example, thallus turns to fruit pulp in which fruit? Apple. As such fruits are called as false fruits. Along with ovary or any other floral parts, involved in fruit formation. For example, thalamus turns to fruit pulp in apple, okay. Here you see true fruits where ovary turns to fruit, right. So, true fruits are of 3 types. One is simple fruit, second is aggregate fruit, third is composite fruit. Clear explanation of this we will learn in the coming slides. In simple fruits again, the fruit wall or pericarp, if it is undivisible, those are called as dry fruits. Dry fruits again has 2 classifications, dry dehiscent fruits and dry indehiscent fruits. Fleshy fruits again are classified into berry, drupe, Hesperidium, Pepo and Pome. Many at times questions are asked on this fleshy fruits, berry, drupe, Hesperidium, Pepo and Pome, even in your EAP set. Clear? And then aggregate fruits and composite fruits. So here you can see fruit wall or pericarp, if it is indivisible, dry fruits, divisible into thick fleshy pericarp, that is divisible into outer, epicarp, middle, mesocarp and inner, endocarp. Those are what, ma? Fleshy fruits. I hope the classification is clear, right? Based on which part is turning to fruit, you have what? False fruits and true fruits. Again in true fruits you have 3 classifications, simple, aggregate and composite. Simple based on the fruit wall, whether it is divisible or not, it is again classified into, Kunal, what is it classified into? Dehiscent and dry fruits and fleshy fruits. Sit properly, sit straight. Clear till here, ma? So now you see false fruit. The thalamus or pedicel also contribute into fruit formation. For example, apple, cashew and strawberry. These examples are important. Examples of false fruit and which parts are involved in fruit formation, okay. Next is true fruit. This directly develops from the ovary purely, okay, wherein ovule turns to seed and ovary to fruit. This ovule turns to seed and ovary to fruit. This development happens simultaneously, okay, whereas embryo development and endosperm development will not happen simultaneously. Okay, first endosperm development takes place and then embryo development happens. Why? Endosperm provides the proper nutrition for the embryo development. Understood ma? Whereas the ovary development and ovule development happens simultaneously. Important, we can expect this in statement based, that is why I am highlighting this point. And next, true fruits, I said you they are of three types now, simple, aggregate and composite fruits. What are simple fruits? Simple fruits wherein syncarpous ovary of a single flower turns to fruit. What is syncarpous ovary? You have to tell me what is apocarpous and syncarpous. Hello Michael Jackson. You have two types of carpels, monocarpellary and multicarpellary. Multicarpellary means many carpel units are present, right? Yes or no? They can be syncarpous or apocarpous. Apocarpous wherein carpels are free from each other, right? Whereas syncarpous, carpels are fused with each other. As such, one complete syncarpous ovary of a single flower is turning into fruit, so this is called as what? Simple fruit. Okay. What are aggregate fruits? They are formed from polycarpellary apocarpous ovary. Okay. Formed from what? Polycarpellary apocarpous ovary, means which has multiple carpel and apocarpus, whose carpels are free. That completely turns to what? Fruit. Aggregate fruit, best example is Annona squamosa, sitafal that you eat this season specially. Next, composite fruit. Complete inflorescence is turning into fruit beta. Here, syncarpous ovary of a single flower, those are simple fruits. Okay, polycarpellary apocarpous ovary turning into fruit, that is aggregate, and complete inflorescence is turning into fruit, those are what? Composite fruits. Till here it is clear. Any doubt anywhere? Yeah. Next, simple fruits. We have two types we discussed, right? Dry fruits and fleshy fruits. First, in dry fruits again we have dry indehiscent and dry dehiscent. In dry fruits you see pericarp is indivisible, dry or non-fleshy. Okay, pericarp is non-divisible, it is dry or non-fleshy. Dry indehiscent fruits where seeds remain unopened. Okay, seeds remain unopened and seeds will liberate after disintegration of pericarp. Fine. Fruits are how many seeded ma? Single seeded, because it is from single syncarpous ovary. Okay, and then this dry indehiscent fruits we have many types. First is Caryopsis, wherein pericarp, that is fruit wall, and seed coat are fused. For example, this is observed in what? Caryopsis, especially Poaceae members. Grasses and rice. In rice, if you can see, so husk and rice grain are fused. The seed coat is fused with what? Fruit wall, pericarp. Understood? For example, grasses and rice, wheat also. Okay, and then nut, if you see, nuts, second type of fruit, wherein fruit develops from multicarpellary syncarpous unilocular ovary. It has what type of pericarp? Stony pericarp. Fruit wall is stony. Example is what? Cashew. Okay. Here exactly what you have to remember. Okay. Basic classification of fruits, that is based on the type of development, false fruits and true fruits. True fruits again classified into simple, aggregate and composite. Simple again based on the fruit wall, dry fruit and fleshy fruits. Dry fruits based on dehiscence, again, yeah, dry indehiscent and dry dehiscent. Dry indehiscent seeds will never open, they remain unopened. So, such fruits are called as what? Dry indehiscent. Example is what? Caryopsis and nuts. Here examples are important beta. Examples are important. Make a note later. Next is what? Cypsela under dry indehiscent fruit. Single seeded fruits and they have persistent pappus like calyx. Calyx will be reduced to some paper like structures. Those are called as pappus. Example over here is Tridax. Clear, right? So, you have three types in dry indehiscent. What are they, Nana? Caryopsis, nut and Cypsela. Clear? Next is dry dehiscent fruits. Unlike dry indehiscent, the name itself is saying fruits will break open. Okay? Fruits will break open and they will liberate the seeds out. Examples over here include legume or pod, pea and bean are the examples. they will dehisce dorsiventrally into two halves. What is the placentation, by the way, for pea and bean? Marginal placentation. Next, siliqua, mustard. What is the placentation? Parietal placentation. Next, capsule, datura and cotton. Okay. So, here legume or pod, they will dehisce in a dorsiventral way. Here Cypsela, capsule, for example datura and cotton, they will dehisce in different ways to liberate the seeds. Till here though it is clear, no ma? Yeah. Next, here you see succulent or fleshy fruits. We have 5: drupe, berry, hesperidium, pepo and pome. First we will see drupe. Very important, many a times you got question in comparison with the fruit wall of mango and coconut. Okay. So, here if you see drupe, in all these 5 fleshy fruits, what epicarp is turning to? What is the role of mesocarp? What is the role of endocarp? This is important. So, here you see drupe, this develops from monocarpillary superior ovary, develops from monocarpillary superior ovary. Mango has 3 wall layers, right? Pericarp, mesocarp, endocarp. Pericarp is thin, mesocarp is edible, endocarp is stony. Fine. So, here coconut, if you see, mesocarp is edible in the mango, but in coconut it is fibrous. Endocarp is stony in mango, endocarp is like a hard shell in coconut.
Then what about pericarp? No pericarp.
No pericarp, fibrous completely. Okay. So, it has fibrous mesocarp and hard shell like endocarp. Clear? Any doubt anywhere? This comparison you have to make sure of it. And the edible part in coconut is what? Endosperm. Endosperm. Endosperm both are edible, cellular endosperm and nucellular endosperm. Okay, fine. Clear till here, drupe? Yeah. Next you see berry. Okay, this develops from bi or multicarpillary syncarpous gynoecium. Okay, bi or multicarpillary syncarpous gynoecium. For example, mesocarp, endocarp will fuse to form what? Pulp. Mesocarp and endocarp will fuse to form pulp. Seeds are hard in berry. Example includes guava, grapes and tomato. Fine. And next, pepo. It has tricarpillary unilocular inferior ovary. Okay. Tricarpillary unilocular inferior ovary. Epicarp is like a rind. Epicarp is like a rind. Mesocarp is fleshy. Endocarp is smooth in pepo. In each type of fleshy fruit, you have to know what is epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. For example, cucumber. Okay. And then Hesperidium. This develops from what? Multicarpillary syncarpous multilocular superior ovary. Okay. Best example is citrus. What is the placentation? Citrus. Think yesterday you wrote right examples. Axile placentation. See here itself it is saying no multilocular. Multilocular in what you will see? Axile placentation. Next, what type of epicarp does it has? Leathery epicarp which with volatile oil glands, papery mesocarp and endocarp wall bears what? Juicy hairs. Okay. Example over here is citrus which belongs to which family? Rutaceae family. Clear na till here? Next. Pome. This develops from inferior ovary of bi or multicarpillary gynoecium. Inferior ovary of bi or multicarpillary gynoecium. This is surrounded by what? Fleshy thalamus. Endocarp is cartilaginous. Okay. Example includes apple. Clear? And next, aggregate fruits. Aggregate fruits develops from polycarpillary apocarpous ovary. Each carpel of apocarpous gynoecium develops into what? Fruitlet. Example is Annona squamosa. Okay. Everything is memory based over here. There is nothing to explain in deep. Okay. You have to memorize this and examples. That's it. Composite fruits, fruits develop from the entire inflorescence, from complete inflorescence. For example, pineapple, jackfruit and ficus. Okay. Schizocarpic fruits, fruits split into one seeded bits called as pericarps, example acacia and castor. Okay. Next, families. So, do you have any doubts in the fruits? No, right? Yeah. In families, before getting into that, according to our recent syllabus of 2025, which is the latest syllabus of NTA, 5 families we need to cover from morphology beta. Those are Asteraceae, Brassicaceae, Fabaceae, Poaceae and Malvaceae, of which just these 2 families are there in your previous NEET syllabus, not even in 2024, for 2023. Okay. Along with Brassicaceae, Fabaceae, you used to have Solanaceae and Liliaceae. But then now Asteraceae, Poaceae and Malvaceae we have to read afresh. So, how you have to deal with families? Okay, definitely we can expect a question. Okay, how you have to deal with families is, first and foremost thing, floral diagram should be clear in your mind of each family. Okay, second thing is floral formula, and third is examples. That's it. Okay, floral diagram, floral formula and examples. And as this is the first time that you are going through morphology, I have dealt with vegetative characters, floral characters, fruit, seed and then families. But if I have to revise you morphology, what you have to do, first you have to start with families only. Because when you start with families, in floral formula, floral diagram and examples, when you are comparatively studying the characters, you will finish off floral characters here itself, you will finish off vegetative characters here itself. If you have finished the comparative analysis of families, remember 60% of morphology is in your hands. After families, I advise you to go to floral characters. After that, seed and fruit, and then lastly vegetative characters. Okay. If you have to compare NEET PYQs, okay, I can say it as out of 10 NEET PYQs if you have to take, 7:3 ratio I can say, 7 for floral and 3 for vegetative. That is the ratio of questionnaire from this chapter. But whatever the question might be, it is on the examples. It is on examples. There is nothing much to explain in this chapter. I can just give you a blueprint on the analysis of NEET PYQs and the complete information that you have to cover. Okay. So, now let us get started. So, before going into the comparative analysis in between families, it should be clear in your mind about semi-technical description of flowering plants. First is bracteate and bracteolate. Do you know what is meant by bracteate and bracteolate? What is bracteate? Chepragunal. Presence of bracts. Where are they present? On plant and matram cheppaka.
Below sepals. Below sepals.
Below sepals. No?
Yes.
No? If I have to draw, consider this as a stem, an auxiliary bud which has developed, and consider this as inflorescence. A small bract over here. This is termed as bracteate and this is bracteolate. Okay, and these are florets you assume. Okay, so in single flower only I am saying na. Single flower also, if here is a bract and here is a bract, this is termed as bracteate, this is termed as bracteolate. Okay, this is called as what? This stalk is peduncle. The bract which is below the peduncle is what? Bracteate. Bracteate. This is what? Pedicel. Bract which is below the pedicel is called as what? Bracteolate. Clear, right? Clear? Any doubts anywhere? Yeah, you have to know what is bracteate and what is bracteolate. Clear with the terms of bracteate and bracteolate, ma? So here if you see BR is bracteolate, BR is bracteate, EBR is what? Ebracteate. Same the case of bracteolate and ebracteolate. What is actinomorphic? Actinomorphic flower? Symmetry. Radial symmetry. That is, by any plane you can divide the flower into two equal halves. Examples? No, I have, yeah, China rose is one example. Along with that, C and Sena, yesterday you wrote actinomorphic flowers. Asymmetric, actinomorphic, zygomorphic. Chili, mustard, datura. Very good. It's okay, leave. So actinomorphic flower and then zygomorphic means by a single plane you will divide the flower into two equal halves. Okay. So this is zygomorphic. This is the symbol of actinomorphic and this is the symbol of zygomorphic flower. And here this is male flower and this is considered as female flower, where this is bisexual or monoecious. Calyx is indicated by K, corolla by C, perianth which you see in Liliaceae family where calyx and corolla is reduced to perianth, that is P. Androecium,
Number superscript or subscript?
what?
Number of calyx, number of corolla.
Subscript. Number is a subscript. Okay. Next, androecium A, gynoecium G, superior ovary, it is subscript. Below the G it is like an underscore. Okay. Inferior ovary, above G you have to keep a hyphen. Clear, right? In superior ovary and inferior ovary. Superior ovary, what type of flower? Epigynous. Inferior?
Hypogynous.
If I say like this, then you will say yes. Superior ovary.
Superior ovary means?
Hypogynous flower.
Hypo means below petal.
Take the book. Superior ovary is seen in what type of flowers? Inferior? This is the basic thing. Okay. Next, a floral diagram provides information about the number of parts of the flower, their arrangement and relation they have with one another. Okay. And then floral formula shows what? Cohesion and adhesion within the parts of whorls and between the whorls. Clear till here? Any doubt anywhere? This statement is very important. You can expect it in the statement based. Okay, ma? Next. Here we go. First with floral diagrams and floral formula, then it will be easy for us to compare. Okay. So first you see for Fabaceae or Leguminosae family. Here in this floral diagram, the outer whorl represents calyx, or sepals. Inner whorl, corolla or petals. Next is androecium, next is gynoecium. So here you can see Fabaceae, bracteate, bracteolate, zygomorphic because it has what?
Plane symmetry.
What type of estivation does it have? Fabaceae. Told you na Kunal. What type of estivation does it have? 1 standard petals, 2 wing petals, 2 keel petals. What type of estivation? Vexillary estivation. Vexillary estivation. Okay, that is why it is zygomorphic, and it is bisexual. It has both androecium and gynoecium. Calyx is gamosepalous or polysepalous. Just by seeing into diagram you can say gamo or poly. Gamosepalous because the sepals are united, fused. Okay, and sepals just touch each other, so it is of what estivation? Valvate estivation. Okay, corolla is 1 plus 2 plus 2 fused. Okay, this is vexillary estivation, 1 plus 2 plus 2 fused. Androecium is 9 fused plus 1. Okay, gynoecium is having superior ovary with a hyphen underscore. Clear, right? Gynoecium with superior ovary, and it has 1 carpel. Pea bean.
That blue color flower.
Yeah, clitoria. Till here it is clear, no? Any doubt, Fabaceae, floral diagram and floral formula? Is it okay? Clear? Yeah. Next here you see Brassicaceae or cruciferae. Okay. This is ebracteate, actinomorphic, which means what? It can be divisible into
Any plane.
by any plane. It can be divisible into 2 equal halves. It is again bisexual because it has both androecium and gynoecium. Calyx is 2 plus 2. Okay, they are overlapped with one another, but not in a proper direction. What type of estivation? Imbricate estivation, right? Imbricate estivation. Next, corolla is imbricate, right? Corolla is having valvate estivation because they are not overlapping, they are just touching each other, that is 4. Both of them are polysepalous and polypetalous. Nowhere you can see gamosepalous, gamopetalous condition. Next is androecium 2 plus 4. Androecium will show tetradynamous condition in Brassicaceae members, where 2 are long, 4 will have short filaments. 2 plus 4. Okay. Gynoecium is bicarpellary. It has a false septa in between. True septal wall is not there. It just has a false septa. Okay. It is bicarpellary with superior ovary. That false septa is called as replum. False septa is replum. So, the characteristic features of Brassicaceae members is tetradynamous condition of androecium and false septum replum. Okay, these are the characteristic features of Brassicaceae. Clear with floral diagram and floral formula? That is the mother axis, which indicates posterior side of the flower. Okay, next, Malvaceae members. Okay, Malvaceae has epicalyx, means bract-like structures above calyx. You just said, right, bract above the sepals. That is called as epicalyx. Yeah, below or above the sepals. If this is the sepal, below it you have bract, that is called as epicalyx. In Malvaceae members you can see that epicalyx. Okay. It has what type of estivation? Actinomorphic. Bisexual.
5 to 7.
Calyx is gamosepalous, which is fused. Okay, which has what type of estivation here? Valvate, no.
Yes.
Just by seeing into floral diagram you have to say with a valvate estivation. Corolla is having 5 petals. Twisted estivation, they have overlapped in a proper direction. Can you see here? Overlapped in a proper direction like this. Okay. Next, androecium is infinity androecium. Okay. And androecium is fused with gynoecium. Gynoecium has superior ovary which has 5. Okay. So, androecium is fused with petals, it is fused with gynoecium. Okay. It is showing both epipetalous condition, syngenetious condition. Just by looking into floral diagram and floral formula, you should be in a position to recall all the points of that particular family. That important it is. Understood? Next is what? Asteraceae. In Asteraceae you can see two types of florets, one is ray floret and the other is disc floret. Ray floret, if you see, it is bracteate, zygomorphic, only female flowers are present, calyx is reduced to pappus, sepals are reduced to paper like structure, pappus. Corolla has 5 petals which are fused, that is gamopetalous, andrecium, 0 andrecium, gynoecium, 2 bicarpillary, inferior ovary. Clear, right? This is of ray florets. Okay. Next is disc florets, bracteate, zygomorphic and actinomorphic. Like few of the species will have zygomorphic, few of them will have actinomorphic. The same family, different species will be there, right? As such, two possibilities are there, and it is bisexual, okay, whereas ray florets only female flowers. And calyx sepals are reduced to what? Pappus. Calyx, that is calyx, corolla 5 petals fused with andrecium, okay, again it is showing epipetalous condition, gynoecium has inferior ovary, bicarpillary. Clear with Asteraceae. Asteraceae is also called as compositae. Next, Poaceae members, okay, Poaceae members, grasses, okay. So here it is bracteate, bracteolate again, zygomorphic, okay, bisexual flowers. Perianth is reduced to laudicules. Laudicules. These are laudicules. In Liliaceae, calyx and corolla is reduced to perianth. Single leaf, single petals or sepals are reduced to single wall, that is perianth. Perianth is further reduced into laudicules, paper-like structures covering the reproductive organs. So the laudicules can be 2 or 3, and then andrecium is 3 or multiple of 3, that is 6. Gynoecium is monocarpillary, superior ovary 1. Clear? This is the floral formula. Okay. This is the dissected spikelet type of inflorescence. Over here is spike, and this is the floral formula. See, laudicules covered by andrecium and single gynoecium. Okay. Now, comparative analysis. First, vegetative characteristics. Okay, root, stem, leaf. Root in Asteraceae it is adventitious. Brassicaceae, you have to tell me. Taproot. And in Fabaceae, characteristic feature. What is that? Taproot system is associated by nitrogen fixing nodules. What are they? Symbiotic association, rhizobium. Symbiotic bacteria, that is Rhizobium leguminosarum. Clear? Next is in Poaceae members, fibrous roots or stilt root modification is also seen, which gives the mechanical support. And then Malvaceae, taproot system. Here what you have to highlight, beta? 2 root modifications. In families, what you have to highlight? Root modifications. Next in stem, if you see, Asteraceae, herbaceous and branched, Brassicaceae, erect and herbaceous, Leguminosae, herbaceous, woody and branched, okay. And in Poaceae members, they are underground rhizomes in perennials, culm with nodes and internodes. Culm is nothing but in bamboo, if you see, right, stem is hollow, that is called as culm, okay. That again has nodes and internodes. Poaceae members, clear, right. Next, Malvaceae, erect, branched and cylindrical. Leaves you observe beta, symbol, compound, alternate, stipulate and petiolate. Brassicaceae members, they have simple, alternate, exstipulate and petiolate. Fine. Next, Fabaceae members, pinnately compound, stipulate and it has what? Reticulate venation. Poaceae members, sessile and alternate. Malvaceae members, stipulate, alternate, simple and petiolate. Clear with vegetative characters? Any doubt anywhere? Yeah. Next with floral characters, highly important. First is what? Inflorescence. It is head or capitulum, special type of inflorescence in Asteraceae members. Second is racemose inflorescence in Brassicaceae members. Racemose or cymose inflorescence in Fabaceae members. Poaceae you have spikelet or spike with bracteate and sessile. Malvaceae members, solitary, axillary or terminal racemose type of inflorescence. Flower if you see bisexual, epigynous and bracteate. Brassicaceae members bisexual, actinomorphic, sometimes it is zygomorphic. Okay. Next Fabaceae, it is zygomorphic and bisexual. Poaceae members zygomorphic, bracteate and sessile. Malvaceae members bisexual, actinomorphic and bracteate. Corolla, in Asteraceae members it is gamopetalous and valvate aestivation, we have just observed, right. Brassicaceae members valvate aestivation again, polypetalous. Fabaceae papilionaceous corolla, we will call it as, what is it? Papilionaceous corolla. It has standard wing and keel petals. Poaceae members with twisted aestivation, polypetalous. Malvaceae members with twisted aestivation, polypetalous. Calyx. Calyx is reduced to pappus in which family? Asteraceae family. Brassicaceae, polysepalous, and it has what type of aestivation? Imbricate aestivation. Fabaceae, gamosepalous and imbricate. Poaceae, where perianth is further reduced to what? Lodicules. Malvaceae, polysepalous, valvate or epicalyx. Yeah. Next, if you see reproductive structures, gynoecium and andrecium. Kunal, you tell me what type of gynoecium in Asteraceae members?
Bicarpillary, carpus, inferior, unilocular, single ovule.
And what type of placentation? Basal placentation. I already told you, if it is a single ovule, single seeded. What type of placentation it will have? Basal placentation. Next, Brassicaceae member, Abdul. With false septum or replum. This is the characteristic feature of Brassicaceae members. Fabaceae, Kunal.
Monocarpillary, superior ovule is single style.
Single style is monocarpillary is present. How many carpels in Fabaceae members? Single carpel, monocarpillary. Poaceae?
Monocarpillary, maybe tricarpillary, superior, basal placentation.
With what placentation? Basal placentation. Next, Yuma?
Pentacarpillary, syncarpal, superior, axial placentation, single
Axial placentation, right? Next,
Multilocular.
multilocular. And here, Asteraceae, andrecium. Epipetalous condition. Epipetalous condition in disc florets only, because bisexual condition is observed only in disc florets. Ray florets have unisexual condition. Yeah, here Brassicaceae members tetradynamous or diadynamous. Fabaceae or Leguminosae has diadelphous condition, that is 9+1, or monoadelphous dithecous. Okay. Next, Poaceae members 3 stamens monothecous. Malvaceae numerous monodelphous dithecous condition. Okay. Next, last slide of the chapter. Look into it carefully. What all we have learned, that is only put over here, but in a comparative method bit. First is what? Seed type. Seed type is non-endospermic. In Brassicaceae also it is non-endospermic. Endospermic seed you will see only in Poaceae members. We have learnt no in seeds. Most of the monocotyledonous will have what? Endospermic seeds. Most of the dicots will be having what? Non-endospermic seeds. Understood? Next, fruit. Cypsela, dry dehiscent or dry indehiscent? You have to answer.
Dry dehiscent.
Caryopsis, nut and Cypsela comes under what? Dry indehiscent fruit. Cypsela. Brassicaceae siliqua, dry dehiscent. Legume or pod, and then in Poaceae Caryopsis, Malvaceae, dry capsule, and it is a schizocarp fruit. This is the reason you have to know types of the fruits. Types of the fruits are important. Lastly, examples. Okay. Examples over here, Asteraceae members, lettuce, pyrethrum, marigold and sunflower. Brassicaceae, cabbage, cauliflower, turnip and radish, these are easy to remember. Fabaceae members are also easy to remember. Arachis, hypogea, that is groundnut. Trifolium, sun hemp, sesbania, lupin, indigofera which is used in dyes, pulses, P, Dolichum and Mulati, which is used as medicinal plant. Medicinal plant.
Should we memorize common names or?
Common names with the scientific names, advisable. Okay, if your memory is good. If it is poor, common names enough. Next, here in poaceae, Zea maize, maize, Oryza sativa, rice, barley, grass, Saccharum officinarum, okay, sugar cane. These are the examples of poaceae members. And then Malvaceae, lady's finger, Urena and Gossypium, hibiscus, these are the examples of Malvaceae members. Okay. This is the complete comparative analysis between the families. Clear, right, ma? So, with this morphology chapter is done. In our next session, we will be exercising complete NEET PYQs of morphology with few of the replica questions of that standard, okay, from morphology. Come prepared with the complete chapter of morphology tomorrow. Okay. After solving the questions, then we will move on to what? Then we will move on to anatomy of flowering plants. Clear, right? With that NCERT 11 will be done. Clear? Any doubts in this chapter? You are open to ask. Okay. Revise everything with all the possible mnemonics you want, but you have to memorize the complete stuff of morphology of flowering plants. If not, it is difficult. Okay. Fine, ma? Yeah, that's all for today. Thank you.